Hello, are we live? We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Asylum. This is your host, the Pop Culture Asylum, and today's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Tonight was AEW Dynamite. Oh, and before I do anything else, for all you veterans out there, for all the people who served in the military past and present, the military, the Air Force, the Navy, all of that, the Air Force, all of that. I hope you had a very happy Veterans Day, and thank you so much for serving our country. I really hope you guys really had a great day because you guys deserve it. God bless you guys. God bless you. Happy Veterans Day, guys. Happy Veterans Day. But today was AEW Dynamite, and of course, if you've seen the title of this channel, I'm gonna go over the Full Gear pay-per-view and tonight's episode of Dynamite. Okay, I was originally supposed to put a live stream out to review the full show of Full Gear, but I was really busy the last 3 days. So that's why if there's any time to do it, it would be right now. So I hope you guys have a drink. I hope you guys have some popcorn because this video is going to be a long one. I'm not going to go too into detail with the Full Gear pay-per-view. I'm just going to tell you the matches that happened and how I felt about the matches. Then we're going to go straight into tonight's episode of Dynamite. So without further ado, because I already know this is going to be a long video, let's get this video underway. So the first thing that we're reviewing is the Full Gear pay-per-view. And overall, it lived up to the hype. Without a doubt, the best pay-per-view of 2020. Everything from top to bottom was freaking incredible. The action was amazing. The stories that were in this show was amazing. Full Gear was perfect. This was without a doubt the best pay-per-view of 2020. And if you guys haven't seen it, well, first of all, it's been a few days. I'm pretty sure the full pay-per-view has been on the internet for like 3 days now. So I'm sure most of you people watched it. But if you guys haven't watched it yet, you guys gotta watch Full Gear. Like, you need to watch it. It's such an amazing show. Everything from top to bottom did not disappoint at all. Amazing pay-per-view, definitely delivered. Best pay-per-view show of 2020. And if you're a professional wrestling fan, this show is for you. That's all I gotta say. So let's go over the matches real quick. So first off, we got the buy-in matchup in the pre-show. Serena Deeb defending the NWA Women's Championship against Allison Kay. And what can I say about this matchup? These are two completely talented ladies. Like, both men went on a technical, they put up a really great match. Like, they put up a wrestling clinic. Serena Deeb picks up the victory over Allison Kay and retains her NWA Women's Championship. And more great news, after the match, Thunder Rosa came out and wants a rematch for Serena Deeb's NWA Women's Championship. Now, I am completely happy that Thunder Rosa is not going to WWE because there has been reports of Thunder Rosa possibly going to WWE, but it looks like that is not the case now, and I am very blessed and very grateful because I do not trust WWE with Thunder Rosa. Okay, like WWE has a big roster, and most of them don't even feel important. Okay, Thunder Rosa shouldn't even be near WWE. She's better than WWE currently right now. But Thunder Rosa is here to stay on AEW, and she wants her rematch for the NWA Women's Championship. So that was that. And then we get to our main show. First, the match to start off the show, we got Kenny Omega going one-on-one against Hangman Adam Page in the finals of the AEW World Championship Tournament. And my God, what a match. These two men beat the living hell out of each other. Like, this match reminded me of a New Japan Pro Wrestling style matchup, which is funny because both of these men used to be former New Japan Pro Wrestling wrestlers anyways. So both of men have amazing chemistry. Such an amazing matchup. Kenny Omega picks up a victory over Hangman Adam Page with the one-wigged angel. And Kenny Omega is the number one contender for the AEW World Championship. And I am extremely excited for that rivalry to reignite between Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley. But such an amazing match between Omega and Page. Then in our next match, we had Orange Cassidy going against John Silver, a number 4 of the Dark Order. And it was a great match. Like, both men, like, this was a showcase match for these two men. And this matchup was a great showcase match for both of these men to really showcase what they can do. Like, two things were like solved. Like, two things were established during this matchup. That all the haters out there that hate Orange Cassidy, which I don't know why. Like, come on, really? There's still Orange Cassidy haters? Even though he literally showed you time and time again that he can have great matches, why are you still hating? Honestly, why are you still hating on this man? What does he have to do to prove to you that he is talented and great in the ring? He had another great matchup last Saturday against John Silver. And John Silver looked freaking amazing. Like, oh my God. Like, John Silver looked like a freaking beast. And there was portions of the matchup where I thought John Silver was actually going to win. Like, that's how good John Silver was booked. And that's how good John Silver was doing great in the ring. I thought it was a great showcase match between both John Silver and Orange Cassidy. Great match. Orange Cassidy picks up the W over John Silver. Then we get to our next match. Cody Rhodes defending the TNT Championship against my boy, Darby Allin. And great match. Like I said, with all these matches, like, every single matchup was amazing. Was incredible. Okay, Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin beat the living hell out of each other last Saturday, and it was such an amazing match. There was a portion of the matchup where both men are in the top rope, and Cody Rhodes set up Darby Allin for the crossroads of the top rope, which is something I never really saw before, especially from Cody. So I thought that was freaking incredible. And then Darby Allin was rolling like a freaking carcass, and just so happens to land on the ropes. And Cody Rhodes went for the pin. Darby Allin put his foot on the rope, but if Darby Allin was not close to the ropes, then the match would have been over. Like, that spot looked freaking brutal. But Darby Allin wins with a roll-up, defeating Cody Rhodes and becoming the new TNT champion. And I thought this was the right man won. Really, the right man won. Like, we already knew both of these men were going to deliver. Like, both of these men produced great matches together. Like, both men, for two men that have completely different wrestling styles, these two have amazing chemistry. And I really love what I saw. Darby Allin, congratulations. You deserve it. He's the new TNT champion. But after the match, Team Taz came out and attacked both Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes. But Will Hobbs, once again, came for the save, saving Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin from Team Taz. So I thought it was a great match. And really, the attack from Team Taz to Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin, it really made Brian Cage and Ricky Starks legit. Like I already knew Brian Cage and Ricky Starks were legit. Like they are great at what they do. But all the people that are like still not sure about these two, I thought this was a great moment for Team Taz attacking Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin to show to the world that they're here to stay and they're here to make a big impact. And I thought they made a really big impact. Great match, great segment. Loved every minute of it. Then we get to our next match. Hikaru Shida defending the AEW Women's Championship against Nyla Rose. I thought it was a good match. I always thought these two ladies has great chemistry. I don't know if it's just me. I might be in the minority on this, but I thought these two ladies always have great chemistry. And I really like these matches. I really like their series of matches between Shida and Rose. But Hikaru Shida retains the AEW Women's Championship against Nyla Rose. And nothing too special. Like you already know my stance on the AEW Women's Division. They got the talent. They just need to showcase them. I don't want to repeat myself. Like if you guys have been watching my live stream, you know my stance on the women's division. And it's a major problem in AEW right now. Like, these women need to have something to do. Like, they already have the talent. Now, AEW need to showcase them more and give them something to do. Give them some major storylines. So, other than that, I thought it was a very good match between Shida and Rose. Hikaru Shida retains the AEW Women's Championship. Then we get to match of the night, tag team match of 2020, and one of the greatest matches of all time, at least in my opinion. FTR defending the AEW Tag Team Championships against the Young Bucks. Oh my God. Okay. I'm not going to go into detail on this, but I'm just going to say this. If you guys haven't seen this match yet, go out of your way to see this match. This matchup lived up to the hype. These two tag teams prove why they are two of the best tag teams in the world. Like, this was without a doubt one of my favorite tag team matches of all time. Like, these two teams have amazing chemistry. The story was there. Like, everything was perfect. Was perfect. Guys, if you guys haven't seen this match, go out of your way to do so. You won't be disappointed. That's all I got to say on that. And the Young Bucks are the new AEW Tag Team Champions against FTR. But me explaining this matchup is not going to do it any justice. You got to watch it for yourselves. Please. If you're a fan of tag team wrestling, watch this match. You won't be disappointed. That's all I gotta say on that. That's all I gotta say on that. Then we get to the deletion match as Matt Hardy goes one-on-one against Sammy Guevara. Matt Hardy picks up the victory over Sammy Guevara, and Elite Deletion was basically everything you expect from in a deletion matchup. Of course, a lot of weird things that happen. In this match, we got monster trucks, golf carts, fireworks, like a freaking boat. The Lake of Reincarnation was used, and also Hurricane Helms and Gangrel, which, by the way, Gangrel is 50 years old, and he looks freaking great. Like, he looks like he can still go. Like, Gangrel looks freaking incredible. But I digress on that. But Matt Hardy picks a big win over Sammy Guevara. Both of these men beat the hell out of each other. It was a very fun match. And it goes to show that when it comes to these cinematic matches, if there's anyone you want to hire for these cinematic matches, you need to hire Matt Hardy. You need to hire Matt Hardy because Matt Hardy, his cinematic matches is so intriguing, so fun, and so interesting all at the same time. And that's why Matt Hardy, that's one of the biggest factors of Matt Hardy. That's what makes Matt Hardy so special because he's so creative. He's really so creative. And when it comes to these cinematic matches, you need to have Matt Hardy on your team if you want to have a great cinematic match because obviously Matt Hardy knows what he's doing. I loved every minute of this Elite Deletion match. Great match between Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara. And Matt Hardy picks up that W. And Sammy Guevara is obsolete. He has been deleted. Then we get to our co-main event of the evening. Chris Jericho versus MJF. If MJF wins, he joins the Inner Circle. And if you guys watched tonight Dynamite, you guys know MJF defeated the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, Chris Jericho. These two men put up a great match. And I really, really liked the ending. So the ending was Wardlow threw the diamond ring to MJF. And MJF was going to use the ring to take down Jericho for the win. But he missed. And Jake Hager threw the bat, Floyd, to Jericho. And Jericho was going to use the bat to take down MJF. But the referee turned around and saw that Jericho was going to hit him with a bat. And right before Aubrey was going to disqualify Jericho, MJF got Jericho with the roll-up. 1, 2, 3. It was simple. MJF won. But the reason why I like this ending is because it really set up for future matches and sets up a sequel between MJF and Chris Jericho to in a more serious light. So that's why I really like this ending. I like this matchup. Both MJF is amazing in the ring. Chris Jericho can still go at 50 years old. Awesome, awesome match between these two. Then we get to our main event of the evening as Jon Moxley defended the AEW World Championship against Eddie Kingston in the first ever I Quit match in All Elite Wrestling's history. And my God, they went all out. And you know how I am with hardcore wrestling. I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for blood. I'm a sucker for violence. And such an amazing, amazing matchup between these two. They went all out. Like, literally, Jon Moxley had a freaking barbed wire baseball bat and hit Eddie Kingston in the chest twice and hit him in the back once with him. Both men were bleeding. Eddie Kingston was bleeding from his mouth. Eddie Kingston belly to belly Jon Moxley into a pile of thumbtacks. Moxley suplexed Kingston through concrete. And I shit you not, after Eddie Kingston did a belly to belly to Jon Moxley through those thumbtacks, he grabbed a bottle of alcohol and poured it on the back of Moxley. Poured it. Rubbing alcohol on the back of Moxley. And you know that rubbing alcohol and blood does not go together. It burned. So God only knows what John Moxley felt during that part of the match. But John Moxley retains the AEW World Championship, making Eddie Kingston say I quit by choking him with barbed wire. So I love this matchup. I'm a sucker for hardcore wrestling. I love hardcore wrestling. I am an ECW mark. Don't judge. And of course, after the match, John Moxley and the number one contender, Kenny Omega, had a stare down before the show ended. And like I said, this show lived up to the hype. If you guys haven't seen Full Gear yet, I'm sure there's the full show on somewhere on the internet. And I think it's still on our YouTube. I think you can still watch it on YouTube. But great pay-per-view. Awesome, awesome, awesome pay-per-view. And it definitely lived up to the hype. You gotta watch this show and you gotta watch the matches. So good. So good. Definitely pay-per-view of 2020. Now we get into tonight's show, AEW Dynamite, the fallout of Full Gear. Now, before we started the show, we had a new intro and we had new presentation. Okay, if you guys haven't seen the intro, it's already on AEW's YouTube page, or I think it's all on their social media. But I thought it was a cool intro. And let's get into it. So, the first match that we had was Brian Cage of Team Taz going against Matt Sydal. Amazing, amazing opener. Brian Cage is a Bobby Lashley type of wrestler, and Matt Sydal is a high flyer. And with two men with totally different wrestling styles, both men put up an amazing matchup. I really like this matchup. Brian Cage picks up the win over Matt Sydal. And after the matchup, Ricky Starks, which I love, I freaking love Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks cuts the promo and he announced that he is on the hunt for the TNT Championship. And we're going to get a future matchup between Darby Allin and Ricky Starks for the TNT Championship, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that. Then we get to the weakest part of this show tonight. Definitely was a weird, awkward, and kind of bad segment from AEW. So Cody Rhodes comes out. It's supposed to be a segment for him. And Cody Rhodes said that he's not going to go after the TNT Championship, at least not yet. And then Cody Rhodes also said that he wants a rematch with MJF. And then after he said that, Jade Cargill, which I think that's her name, came out. She looks fine, by the way. She looks fine. But Jade Cargill comes out. She interrupts Cody Rhodes. She insults Cody Rhodes, doing a couple of dick jokes. So very original by her. And then Jade Cargill teased a matchup between Cody Rhodes and, I shit you not, Shaquille O'Neal. If that's the right Shaq. Like, I don't see what other Shaq she's talking about. But she said something about Cody Rhodes not being a giant killer, and then she said something about Shaq. Well, Shaquille O'Neal is the only giant I can think about that she's talking about. And I don't know what I feel about that. I'm honestly not excited about Cody Rhodes versus Shaquille O'Neal. Like, really? Shaquille O'Neal? Like, I get him being a fan, maybe do like a special where he's like a guest host. But doing a match with Cody Rhodes? Who asked for that? I certainly didn't ask for that. So I'm not excited for that. They're really going that route. I'm not excited for that whatsoever. But Brandy Rose came out, and this was the only interesting part about this entire segment. Brandy ran out and went ham on Jay Carhill. Like, oh my gosh, she went in. She went in. And some of the things that she said, I don't think I can say. Like, there's so there's only so many curse words I can say on this channel. Like, if you want to watch it on like YouTube. I'm sure they already uploaded it on YouTube. But my God, Brandy Rhodes buried Jay Cardhill. My God. Whoo! Damn, Brandy. Damn. Like, my God. I didn't know you had that in you. I really didn't know you had that in you. My God. Whew. But then after that, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks came back, attacks Cody Rhodes. Darby Allin came for the save. And by the way, Darby Allin was wearing a thumbtack jacket. So they took out Ricky Starks. Brian Cage is in the corner. Darby Allin runs and slams his back, which, by the way, is so full of thumbtacks because he's wearing a jacket with thumbtacks, which is awesome, by the way. He used his back, and literally, you can see in Brian Cage's chest, like freaking thumbtacks all over his chest. So, very brutal bump. Team Taz is retreating. And another weird thing about this segment is Will Hobbs came in for the save, but Team Taz was already retreating. So I don't know if Will Hobbs missed his part to like come out, but I thought that was a little awkward. So I did not like this segment at all. Like AEW, like I always give it praise, but I'm gonna be a realist here. I'm not gonna kiss AEW's ass. I haven't been kissing WWE's ass. I'm not kissing any other wrestling promotions. Why do I start now with AEW? Don't get me wrong. I love AEW, but they can have their fair share of problems sometimes. Women's division, and they can have some hit or miss segments. And this was 100% a miss segment. This segment I was not a fan. This segment was terrible. This segment was just a mess. There's things that I did not like. Like the only thing I like about this segment was Brandy Rose going ham on Jake Hardhill. So yeah, not a fan of that segment. Then we get to an interview for Jon Moxley. For Jon Moxley. So Jon Moxley's getting an interview, and it has been announced that on December 2nd, the second day of December, Jon Moxley will defend the AEW World Championship against the number one contender, Kenny Omega. Bro, expect me to be there December 2nd. There is no way I'm missing this match. I am excited. Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. I'm not going to miss it for a world. I am extremely excited. And I'm definitely going to be there December 2nd. Then we get to the Butcher and the Blade versus the Natural Nightmares in a bunkhouse match, which was basically a street fight. And it was definitely a brutal match. Like, these two teams beat the living hell out of each other. They beat, like, you know how I am with hardcore matches. Like, I'm a sucker. Okay, hold on. I gotta take this hat on. I'm a little scratchy. But you know how I am with hardcore matches. I'm a sucker for them. And I enjoy this matchup. It has everything I like. People were bleeding, lots of weapons. I loved every minute of it. The Natural Nightmares get the victory over the Butcher and the Blade. And what can I say? Hardcore wrestling. I love it. I'm a sucker for it. And if hardcore wrestling is done right, you damn well I'm going to be over it in a positive way. So awesome matchup between the Butcher and the Blade and the Natural Nightmares. Then we get to segment of the night as Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle allow MJF into the Inner Circle. And straightforward, MJF gets a couple of speeches. And literally during his speech, MJF, I shit you not, was quoting Drake's songs. Drake's songs. Literally, Ortiz called him out on this. And MJF said, I don't even know who Drake is. And immediately says, after that, I started from the bottom, now I'm here. You gotta see this segment. Like, every time MJF and Chris Jericho are together, it's gold. It's gold. It's segment gold. Okay, so MJF has joined the Inner Circle. And one thing to note, everybody of the Inner Circle was there except for Sammy Guevara. And we're gonna get to that in a few minutes. Then we get to the interview for the new AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks. So they're happy that the Young Bucks are happy that they won the AEW Tag Team Championships. And the Young Bucks called out a new team called Top Flight, which I don't know who they are, but I'm sure they're a pretty good team if they're being booked to go against the Young Bucks. And it has been announced that next week the Young Bucks in a non-title matchup will go against this new team that I haven't even heard before, Top Flight. So that is going to be an interesting matchup next week. Then we get to match of the night. Shawn Spears versus Scorpio Sky. Great match. Before we get to the match, Scorpio Sky had new theme music, and it looks like Scorpio Sky is looking to branch out of SCU, because I haven't seen Scorpio Sky with SCU in a long time. But then again, I haven't seen SCU in a while. Matter of fact, I don't even remember the last time SCU had a match. No, wrong. The last time I saw SCU was they were having that 20-minute Brush with Greatness match with FTR. So I think that was the last time. And I think that was like a month or two ago. So it's been a while since we see Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. But Shawn Spears picks up the win over Scorpio Sky. A great match between these two. Then it was announced that Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin will go against Brian Cage and Ricky Starks next week. So very, very excited for that. Then Kenny Omega was being interviewed, and Kenny Omega said that he's basically going to be ready for December 2nd. And he said that he will be the cleaner on that night, that he will be the best bout machine on that night, that he will bring the New Japan Pro Wrestling version, Kenny Omega, on December 2nd. So, no doubt about that there. Then we get to a very good women's division matchup between Ty Conti and Red Velvet. I thought this was a good match. Nothing too crazy. Standard women's division match. Taynara Conti picks up the victory over Red Velvet. Then we get to the Inner Circle interview. Everyone's celebrating. And then Sammy Guevara comes in, and he got an email saying that the Inner Circle meeting was supposed to happen on the beach. But he didn't, but it ended up in the ring where it actually happened. So Sammy Guevara was pissed about this, and rightfully so. And there's definitely some division between Sammy Guevara and MJF. They 100% hate each other, and I definitely see a matchup in the future between Sammy Guevara and MJF. Really, really excited for that matchup in the future. And next week, the Inner Circle is going to Las Vegas. And it was also been announced that Orange Cassidy will go against Kip Sabian next week as well. Then we get to our main event. First of all, Eddie Kingston cut a promo. It's an Eddie Kingston promo. His promos are always great. There's nothing to say about that. Then we got Pentagon Jr. versus Ray Felix. And I'm going to say right now, this meeting between these two was definitely better than the first week. And that's saying a lot because their first encounter was incredible. So this match was even better and it was more brutal. Like, it got to the point where both men ripped off each other's, like, they didn't rip off their masks fully, but they were like pulling holes like in their mask. And then both men beating the living hell out of each other. And my God, it was a brutal match. I loved every minute of it. I'm a big fan of Pentagon Jr. and Ray Felix. I love this matchup. Amazing, amazing match. Once again, match of the night. And I loved it. A great main event for a very good show. And I liked it. And then after the matchup, Kingston kicked Ray Felix off the ring, and Eddie Kingston wants Pentagon Jr. to be he wants him to be a single star. So Eddie Kingston wants the Lucha Bros to break up. And from the looks of it tonight, it looks like the Lucha Bros might be no more. And looks like Pentagon Jr. and Ray Felix might be having singles careers in AEW, which I'm not even mad at. But the best part about this entire match and segment, Pac came out. He is back. Pac, the bastard Pac is back, and I couldn't be happier. And Pac storms to the ring. He wants Kingston's head on a silver platter. Because, a couple weeks ago, Eddie Kingston was insulting Pac. So the fact that this rivalry is being teased, I am extremely, extremely excited between a rivalry between Pac and Eddie Kingston. That's definitely going to be a brutal rivalry, and I cannot wait for that. And also, it was announced that Pac is in action for the first time in a while as he goes against the Blade next week. So overall, a very good show. There were a couple of greats. There were also some kind of decent and, of course, one bad segment. But overall, it was a good show. Was it one of those shows where oh my God, what is wrong with you for not seeing this? Not really. I didn't expect much from tonight's show. It was the aftermath of Full Gear, so I didn't really expect much. But for a show after a pay-per-view, I thought it was a great show. Well, not great. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was a good show overall. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Did you guys like this show? Did you guys not like this show? Was there a specific thing you like? Was there a specific link? I can't even speak. Was there a specific thing you didn't like? And just speak out in the comment section. Everyone be nice in the comment section. Okay? And don't be afraid to speak out. Okay? This is a no judging zone, okay? At least on my channel. No judging on my channel. Okay, everyone be nice in the comment section. Okay? Everyone should have the right to speak their opinion. Okay? And if you guys liked, thank you. And that's the end of the live stream. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked it, leave a like. Of course, leave a comment. And if you guys like this, if you like my content, subscribe for more. And don't forget to ring that bell. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. And I hope everyone have a nice night. Or if you live somewhere else, good morning or good afternoon. And for all you veterans out there, I hope you had an amazing day. And for everyone, the military, the Air Force, the Navy, God bless you, man. Thank you so much for serving our country. I will always respect you guys. And that's all I gotta say on that. I hope you guys had an amazing, amazing Veterans Day. Thank you so much for watching, and good night, everyone.